Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies based on nothing but their bizarre descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert, and we're also joined by special silent guest today, Pixie the dog. Don't say hi, Pixie. Remain silent. Brantley's reading for us again.
Dog.
Pixie doesn't know how to read because she's a dog. Take it away, Brantley.
Well, first up, we have the giant spider invasion.
I love it already.
Yeah.
Even like regular spider invasion is also cool.
As long as they're not to actually actively take over, yeah. Even like a small town, not like the whole world.
Yeah. The with arachnophobia. Mm-hmm. I've only seen the movie once, but that's really stuck with me.
That's a good movie. I say it's a good movie. My memory is that it's a good movie, but it's been about half a decade since I've seen it at least.
Exactly the same for me.
Actually, I think it's been a decade because it's all well before I met you. Anyways, the central plot of the film revolves around the titular spider invasion.
Oh, thanks,
I had assumed it was not a B plot.
No, it's like the main plot of the movie is John and Janice are trying to get an abortion.
I mean, it's like
they
it could be like End of the World, where it's like it's the end of the world, but really it's just about these idiots having to deal with each other.
Sometimes, I guess there are, like, the whole Planet Terror Grindhouse thing, mm-hmm. the joke there is that it's not like in outer space, it's just, they used to title movies with, like, some ridiculous over-the-top thing and then be like,
Kind of like most of the American titles for the early Godzilla movies.
Yeah?
Or the ones in Germany where they put Frankenstein in everything, even if it was a King Kong or Godzilla movie.
Well, sometimes King Kong was Godzilla, right? Or no?
There was one movie where
not Frankenstein. Godzilla, like, there was a King Kong Frankenstein
There was a movie
thing?
they wanted to have Frankenstein. They couldn't get Frankenstein, so they made it King Kong. And there was another movie where they wanted to be King Kong and they couldn't get the rights for it, so they used Godzilla. And in that movie, Godzilla is into a blonde chick.
Okay.
I think blonde.
Godzilla's always into blonde chicks.
No, that's King Kong.
Oh, King Kong, right, whatever.
See?
Same thing.
You would not have caught on that it was weird. That movie's great because it's Ebra, the Horror of the Deep, and the Godzilla doesn't show up until about halfway through that movie, so haha, those who laugh at don't like the 2014 movie for that.
I think every Godzilla is like that.
I know, that's... The people who complain about that don't watch a lot of Godzilla
Shin
movies.
Godzilla is like, man, if you were really hoping for the lot of Godzilla... I mean, I love the Godzilla action in that movie, but
what's great
also
is...
many scenes of people sitting in boardrooms
Ebra shows up a few times during the movie before that, but then they find Godzilla, and he's just asleep in a cave. Like he was on vacation. He's just on this island in this giant cave just taking a nap, and a good chunk of the movie is them trying to wake him up.
Okay.
And then he's into the chick, and then they play volleyball, and then a giant bird comes in. Doesn't even have a name. It's just Giant Condor in the credits. That's not this movie.
It's credited?
I think like the monster
for the suit
effects.
amount? Yeah. Okay, got you.
So anyways, this titular spider invasion, which occurs when what appears to be a meteorite crashes down in rural Wisconsin and spawns spiders of various sizes.
I mean...
So it's like a giant egg sac from different species, maybe?
Okay.
Space?
So I guess that may... Why do they have... No, I mean, this is a science fiction premise, so we can't be, like, super critical, but it does seem... I do want to ask the question, why do other planets have spiders?
There are a lot of movies and games with spiders in space.
Yeah.
It's because they are arthropods whose limbs are all jointed and hence arthropod, and their limbs work with hydraulic fluid, essentially, and they are so different from us physically, and a good chunk of the population is arachnophobia.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this movie about giant spiders invading from a meteor doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's not very scientifically accurate. Subplots include Dan Kester and his hate-hate relationship with his wife, Eve, Dan's adulterous affair with the local barmaid, Helga, Dave Perkins' attempt to make out with Eve's underage sister, Terry, a fundamentalist preacher leading a revival meeting.
But these people need it, by the way. Apparently.
Yeah, right. Like, guys.
You hate your wife, you're cheating on your wife.
Your wife hates you.
Your wife's sister is underage, and there's local dude trying to get with her. Y'all got problems.
Doctors Vance and Langer getting involved in somewhat of a romance. All the more notable as the two lead actors were also in their early mid-50s when the movie was made.
What?
I think this is
are we age shaming people here?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Or is the guy saying, like, props to you, movie?
I think it's that one, because I think this is a relatively old movie.
Okay.
I think it's like 70s or 80s.
Or did they
Maybe
try to make
that.
them look like, were they like hanging out with the young
It's like,
hip
they
crowd at
managed
the
to make them
bar?
look fairly... It's like that one chick from Not Another Teen Movie.
I don't remember that. I haven't seen that.
It's a garbage parody movie, but there is... Like, a local reporter goes underage as a high school student to figure out what's going on with the school, but she's like 60 years old. She's just like an old lady. It's like, what's up, dudes?
Okay, well, that's...
The eventual panic that results when the townspeople are confronted with the spider. A subplot. It's listed under subplots.
Well, they didn't have a lot of money for their giant spider effects, I would imagine.
I love this description so much. The person who wrote this did not care about this movie at all. The invasion is deduced, parenthetical, with various scientific-sounding language to be the result of some sort of interdimensional gateway, and is ultimately thwarted when Doctors Vance and Langer, who are in somewhat of a romantic relationship, if you remember, and they're in their mid-50s, manage to close off the gateway.
I like that they're not committed yet. They're like, you know what? We're both kind of in the twilight of our lives. We both probably had lovers and stuff before. Maybe we were both married and we're widows and
They're spiders. We're not going to survive the invasion.
It's like, I'm kind of into you and you're kind of into me. Maybe we're like doing
They had
some
like this on the
physical
side
stuff,
thing,
but-
and they're starting to develop feelings, but they're not comfortable with it because they're kind of old.
Yeah. They don't want to commit to something brand new this late in their life. They just want to keep it casual.
That sounds like a far more interesting movie, but then there's also this random crappy marriage going on and space spiders from a different dimension.
And don't forget the local preacher.
It was like, guys, what is wrong with this town? He's
And
probably-
the Lord hath sent the eight-legged freaks upon
You know,
y'all.
normally I'm annoyed by that character in movies, but he kind of has a point in this one.
For
anyways.
all of your lecherous ways.
They close off the gateway, draining the spiders of their energy and causing them to melt into puddles of disgusting sludge.
Boring?
Yeah. I mean, if your town is literally surrounded by spiders, how are you going to kill them all?
No, I get that, I guess, but it's the standard sci-fi kill the main thing and all the little things get killed
Yeah.
also.
No ontological inertial.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know why turning off the thing that gives them energy, presumably, like that just came out of nowhere, it also drains them of said energy. And it implies that they're actually the sludge in the shape of spiders, so was that like the first thing they saw when they landed?
That would be interesting. I would actually accept that. They're like just scanning around for shapes and like there's just some spiders around.
It's like Beast Wars.
Fair enough. I was going to mention, and I will try to be very vague about this because the movie's still new and in theaters, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has a great take on the killing all the things, like the giant swarm that's killed pretty easily with a single shutdown thing, because they have that, but it's not like the main plot element. It's just like they wanted to have some big swarmy explosion stuff in the background, and so they kind of just had some stuff that could be that, but then also we're like, also there's a real thing that we care about and we're fighting, and that actually has some emotional stakes.
I mean, that's the first Avengers, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but
because
I mean,
it's not just the Chitauri, it's all about Loki.
And the reason they did that is time. And Joss Whedon, he in like interviews and director's commentary afterwards, he's like, I didn't want to do that, but then we'd have to have like 20 minutes of them just killing all the rest of the army that's already here, and that would waste a lot of time.
If they I would love just a little short montage of the rest, like some of the rest of the Chitauri are there, and like the military can come in and kill some of them because they're not invincible.
That would have been a great cameo for Ross.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, they gave him one in not Age of Ultron, Civil War.
Did he not get one in Age of Ultron?
No, it was this Civil War. It was the response to Age of Ultron that it had him come in because they had the
Right. Like he's like, you guys keep blowing stuff up, so
I do really like
Sokovia Accords, guys.
where he's like, where are Hulk and Thor? If I lost 2 nuclear missiles, you bet there'd be a chance. Have you seen the thing where it's? I saw a video that was like, "Where are Hulk and Thor?" And it cuts to the scene in the trailer from Thor 2. It's like, oh, they're fighting. They're hanging out. Yeah. I love when he's like, he's a friend from Morg, by the way.
There was also the Team Thor videos. Did you see those?
No.
Oh, well, we'll watch those after this.
Okay.
Because they're pretty great. Taika Waititi, who's directing Thor Ragnarok, like just had like directed this little like spin-off short showing what Thor's been doing.
Oh, right, where he's at the dude's house.
Yeah,
He's just being
like here's some
roommate.
Asgardian coins. There's $1 billion. There's $1 billion. There's $1 billion. Go buy food. He's
I
like,
love when he's hanging out with
nobody on Earth takes this money.
where he's hanging out with Bruce Banner, and he's like, "Have you not heard?" He's like, "What's been going on with Captain America and Iron Man? Have you not heard?" He goes, "No, nothing." And then he gets a call from Tony. He's like, "Oh, hey, T-Dog, what's up?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm here with Thor." He says he doesn't know how to get a hold of you. I don't have a phone. He doesn't have a phone. Tie it to a bird and send it. Tie it to a raven and send it to me. Anyways, are we done with that movie?
I think we are.
We got really off topic from it.
Wait, we did a lot of that in the last episode I edited from 3 episodes ago
Yeah.
for you guys. It was, it went.
We get rambly sometimes.
I do not apologize. I almost put in like a little thing. I was like, excuse me, editor's note. You might be wondering when we're going to start reading the movie description. Shut up. I'm talking to my best friend. I don't get to do this very often.
All right. So next up, we have Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Oh, is this a spider-themed episode?
No, it's just the two spiders.
Oh, man.
I wanted to do a spider-themed episode, but they kept giving me Spider-Man movies. I typed in spider movies, and it was all five spider movies.
I might look for something real quick while you're... hopefully I can split
So we can turn this into a spider one?
Yeah.
All right. That also gave me Charlotte's Web, so there's that. Itsy Bitsy Spider. A young country spider, Itsy, befriends Leslie McGroarty, McGroarty, a perky young city girl who takes piano lessons from the music teacher.
Well, of course she does. Well, if she took piano lessons from the butcher, it'd be worth noting.
I really wish this was about a spider that teaches her how to play piano. That'd be great. Like Charlotte's Web, only with a dude spider, apparently. Incidentally, parenthetical, she learns to play the real rhyme.
What?
I didn't write it. And her cat, Langston. Okay, no, he befriends her. The young country spider befriends Leslie. Big long sentence describing her and her cat, Langston.
This is bad description.
Yeah.
I mean, not bad for us, but I'm saying like terrible writing.
If you were going to see this movie, you'd be like, what? She learns how to play her cat? What?
She also learns to play the true rhyme.
Even if you ignored the parenthetical and just a perky young city girl who takes piano lessons from the music teacher, she learns to play, and her cat, Langston. It sounds like the cat also teaches her piano. And then there's also a spider who's a friend.
There's so many wrong ways to take that sentence.
When Itsy frightens the teacher, she calls the exterminator, which is capitalized.
Is this the exterminator from Mouse Hunts? Is it Christopher Walken?
No, it's not.
Well, I'm just going to pretend that it is.
Who tries to kill Itsy with the toxic machine blower. This sounds like the description of a children's book.
The toxic machine blower?
Yes.
What does Itsy... what does the little girl learn to play? What's the true rhyme?
The true rhyme. Or the real rhyme.
Is it a song?
It's not capitalized. It could be, and they just didn't. You want to look that up?
Yeah, what's the name of this movie again?
Itsy Bitsy Spider. You're probably just gonna get the song though. She probably learns the Itsy Bitsy Spider rhyme.
Wait, so there's like a secret real verse or something?
I mean, I think it's trying to be clever with the title. Like the person who wrote this.
Oh, okay, I get you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Continue then.
Who tries to kill Itsy with the toxic machine blower, but it causes pain and destruction to the instructor's house. It hurts the house.
Also, this is
this house is sentient now?
That blows toxic machines?
And fires poisonous machines at people.
Radioactive lawnmower!
I was thinking lawnmower too. Why? And the exterminator turns out to be a heavily armed android.
What is this movie? What is this? This is an animated film. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, written by Michael O'Donoghue and stars Frank Welker.
Yeah,
as
animated.
the titular spider.
It's animated, yeah. Frank Welker has been in about 90% of everything animated, and what he's not in, you probably have D. Bradrick Bader at this point, who is this generation's Frank Welker.
By the way, I want to point out, all of this stuff happening is a short film.
Really?
The runtime for this movie is 7 minutes.
Oh my god!
They're going...
There's more to go!
Okay.
The exterminator's method uses more extreme weapons, escalating from poison and vacuums to guns and explosives. that eventually destroy the instructor's house, which I would like to remind you can feel pain.
Well, I can see that in a short film. Like,
Yeah. Ow, ow, ow.
The house is like, maybe like with no, like there's no dialogue.
I mean, probably just like.
Well, no, there's Frank Welker as the voice, so.
He probably voices the house too, yeah.
Frank Welker as the house.
Dude, he was the Lions and the Lion King. He was every roar in that movie. With the aid of a trash can, granted.
Oh, well, yeah.
It is a hilarious video.
You gotta...
Have you seen the video of him doing that?
No.
He holds up just a trash can to his face and roars into it to get the echo. It's great. Itsy finally reunites with Leslie, parenthetical, who senses to leave the house when the exterminator uses his deadly weapons. She's got a good head on her shoulders. He's starting to blow up parts of the house. He's throwing poison machines all over the place. You're like, I should go. and
I don't think they like me very much.
That's the girl. Like, they're going after the spider, and she's like, this is nuts. I should leave. He's got guns. And head home to the big city with the bicycle.
Weirdest piano lesson ever.
How was your day, sweetie? I can't go back to that place. Why? What happened?
I'm going to pick up guitar instead.
He has a spider who can make strings for her.
There you go.
Yes.
Is that it for that one?
For that insane, apparently 7 minutes long movie.
I do want to bring up the fact that Frank Welker's first on-camera role was with Elvis Presley in The Trouble with Girls, and his next film role was in the Disney film The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, starring Kurt Russell.
The title that is familiar, but I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. We can't do it. There's also... Wait a minute, what? There's a sequel to The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes called Now You See Him, Now You Don't?
And you've gone down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, okay, yes. This is a spider-related episode. I did find 2 more spider... Hopefully you haven't seen these, by the way. There's... so on IMDb, I found a movie called Spiders from the year 2000. Okay. Have you seen it?
I have a movie called Spiders that I've seen, but I think it's well after 2000.
Okay. The plot of the Spiders is a DNA experiment on a rare breed of spider is taking place on a NASA space shuttle. Sound familiar?
It was a Soviet one in the movie I have.
When a freak meteor shower engulfs the shuttle, causing everything to go horribly wrong?
Does it crash to Earth in New York?
One survivor is found on the ship and watched over in a secret location. Wait a minute. You've seen it? Just to be clear, you've seen a spider movie.
That is on a space station where meteors hit it and they're using DNA experiments and then it crashes to Earth. And that one, however, it was alien DNA and it would only manifest in spiders successfully. Because they needed an excuse to have spider monsters.
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning then. So, now that we know Brantley hasn't seen this movie, a DNA experiment on a rare breed of spider is taking place on a NASA space shuttle when a freak meteor shower engulfs the shuttle, causing everything to go horribly wrong. One survivor is found on the ship and watched over in a secret location deep in the California desert. Man, that's kind of extreme. I guess maybe there was something really, like, possibly dangerous about this experiment.
I mean, maybe he's in quarantine? Like, from radiation? But I don't know.
Well, again, they're doing
Or maybe it was, like, I don't know. Maybe he, like, got lack of oxygen. Or carbon dioxide poisoning and kind of went a little nutso and killed everyone. But they don't want to have to deal with that, and so they're covering it up because the government is want to do things like that.
I think it's just that they knew there was some weirdo experiments and they wanted to cover it up.
They don't want him talking to people, so they...
Or maybe not even cover it up, but just make sure that he's not infected with the DNA or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So it's like species.
The problem continues.
The problem of having
having a crashed space shuttle.
I mean, yeah, those are expensive. Is the rest of the movie them dealing with the finances?
The Congress is like, we demand to know why these space shuttles keep crashing.
That's why they lost all their funding. And also they have a guy in the California desert.
The problem continues as the survivor isn't alone.
Well, he's being observed.
I know, right?
They told us that.
This is a bad sense. Problem continues as the survivor isn't alone, as another deadly spiders climbs out of him and goes on the rampage around the ship. Guys, subject-verb agreement is a thing.
Also, try not to reuse the same word in the sentence.
So, that quite... Unless it's for a purpose.
I mean, if you're trying to prove a point, or it's like the letter A, and you're listing things, I don't know.
Well, I say... Okay. The writer of this has There's a separate one. Okay, I think it's only one spider. The subject verb agreement, I think it means as another deadly spider climbs out of him. So there's, like, the one spider had died in the crash. He was quarantined. Spider crawls out of his mouth, which is super creepy, by the way. I saw a really low budget, and this is another one that I can't remember the title of, and people are going to be upset about. There's a great low budget creature feature where there was these alien parasites that, like, jumped out of the mouth to, like, from victim to victim, and it kind of had that Edgar thing from Men in Black. And the animation on the creature coming out of the people's mouth was incredible. Like, this wonderful puppet articulation, like, creepy legs going everywhere. It was awesome. Curious reporter Marcy Eyre must now survive, escape, and warn everyone before the spider reaches outside the desert. Man, this is bad writing. Simon? This is written by Simon on IMDb.com. Simon, I'm calling you out.
Okay, so wait. Go back.
Curious reporter Marcy Eyre. Eyre like Jane Eyre, by the way. E-Y-R-E.
He's being held for observation.
In a secret location.
Where there just so happens to be a curious reporter who somehow found out about the place and was allowed there for reasons.
Well, she's very curious, apparently. You don't understand. She's a reporter and she's very curious.
Alright, so we got April O'Neil here, who just gets into situations.
Y'all got this secret location out here in the California desert. I don't want to know what's going on. Ma'am, there's, like, top secret. We can't let you in.
Sorry,
we're developing weapons to fight.
They had this crossover with the 2003 Turtles in the old 80s cartoon.
Okay.
Where they jump between their dimensions, and when they get back to the 80s one, they're like, we have to do this thing, but first we have to save April. Why do you have to save April? She's not here. She's been kidnapped. They know she's been kidnapped by virtue she's not around them right now. And indeed, they have to go rescue her.
I like that she's, like, got to escape this place. She's the only person. Like, this is a military facility.
I mean, they're just like, it's a spider. We just make sure he can't leave the base, and then we just go room by room and clear the rooms. But then it is a spider, so. Presumably it's still tiny? Or has it grown to massive proportions and she's trying to outrun it while it's going out the
Well, it's a huge spider. I mean, it's in space. It's not, like, giant-sized. But I'm guessing, like, dog-sized spider. Hi, Pixie, by the way. We're still joined by our silent partner, Pixie, who is in the channel.
I mean, even that with dog, there's variable. I mean, you got Pixie, who is smaller than my thigh, or you have Caucasian Shepherds, which are larger than both of our bodies combined. So
I just want to mention, there's a long description of this on IMDb, which I will not read. But I will read these final closing sentences, which are pretty lazy. Marcy hangs from the helicopter with a small bomb. John flies her in front of the helicopter, who's now on top of flies her in front of the spider, who's now on top of the small building. They make it go bust. Marcy writes her story.
Bust. All the sound effects you could have used. You go
bust.
With bust. Not boom. Not explode.
Not pop.
Not even kaboom. Which doesn't really work in that sentence, but still.
Crunch would be good for a giant spider.
But it's better than bust.
We're a little bit late in this episode, but I did want to mention...
Like, they squish the bug.
And just in case you were worried, this movie did get a sequel. Spiders 2, Breeding Ground.
I like that title.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good title. I hate that it follows that movie, but that's a good title.
Jason and Alex, a close couple, lose their sail yacht in a storm and are grateful to get picked up by Captain Jim Bigelow's commercial carrier. Commercial carrier of what?
It's probably just like a transport ship.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like I was running like a for-hire aircraft carrier. It's like, I just go around to countries that hire me. North Korea is currently in need of... I'm flying their fleet of P-51 Mustangs around the ocean.
Unfortunately, they don't pay me in money. They pay me in promises of glory.
And human slaves, which I'm cool with. Okay.
Oh, this guy's a scumbag. I hate him already.
He works for North Korea, come on. Suspicious about the rough treatment and injection given by the ship's doctor, Jerback, which make the strong man faint, and realizing the ship
These are some great names, by the way.
Jerback.
Bigelow and Jerback.
Bigelow's a real name. Gerback or whoever sounds like.
It's probably a real name, too, but together they sound like a supervillain pair.
What do you want to do today, Bigelow? Same thing we always do, Gerback. Trying to take over the world.
Try to ship things and poison our passengers. Shush.
I like that he was suspicious because the shot made him faint. He's like, it definitely wasn't because I'm afraid of needles, guys. Nope. Must have been something in that shot.
In my mind, this guy's just super dumb. He's like, listen, you look a little sick. I'm going to give you a tranquilizer. It may make you a little drowsy. He knocked me unconscious.
They realize the ship is improbably empty. I mean, it's not that improbable.
He's got a doctor and a captain, at least.
Well, maybe they're saying... They just like the cargo hold. They don't have any shipping stuff.
I mean, granted, and if you have a shipping company, you don't leave port without something to take to another port.
It would seem like that would be bad
but
business.
Maybe it was they were going to maybe they were working for a company and
they're taking it to refurbishment or something.
Yeah.
I
mean, there are reasons to have nothing on the ship. Ask questions. Don't just be like, they're up to something. Clearly,
these guys are bad businessmen.
Clear. Or he just judges them and it's like, this guy doesn't know how to run a ship. He's got nothing on board.
I'm sorry, the ship is improbably empty, and the radio is not broken, as the crew claims. Jason starts snooping around and finds human bodies on meat hooks. That's just the North Korea thing. But even Alex thinks he's just hallucinating.
Okay, that's a strong response to that.
Well, I would say, if someone came to me and was like, this person has human bodies on meat hooks, I'd be like... What?
I mean, where are they
at?
I wouldn't be like, clearly you are correct, but I'd also be like, why do you think that, or are you screwing with me?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't instantly believe...
I wouldn't be like, well, you're hallucinating, go lay down.
It's one of the... I guarantee it's one of those situations where he's like, no, come and see! And then she, he opens it up and there's just, regular cattle or nothing. And she's like, that shot really threw you for a loop. Which maybe it did. I mean, we do have him passing out from a shot. Maybe it is something like that. Alas, while sane Jason is restrained for his paranoia. You don't get enough alasses in the world anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Alas,
alakalay.
Sane Jason is restrained.
This is like a really weird vigilante name. I am Sane Jason. I'll beat the madness out of you. The madness that is crime. The people he beats up, he leaves in straitjackets and brands them with madness.
This is amazing. We need to write this down. Trademark. As the McElroy brothers say, TM, TM, TM. Right here. Sane Jason. Copyright. Too weird, didn't watch. Well, he's restrained for his paranoia. The real madmen are the Doc's genetic experiment outfit, who abuse their human captives as live incubators for giant spiders' eggs.
I feel like you could just get cows.
Maybe there's a genetic thing there. Maybe it needs to be humans for some reason.
I mean, that's probably the thing. It's like humans, for some reason, have the perfect nutrient mix, even though we're really bad for nutrition. Pigs would be better.
By the way, call back to 2 episodes ago. This was also written by KGF Vissers.
Who that is?
I don't know, but he wrote one of the ones from 2 episodes ago. I'm clicking on the link now. He's written a lot of IMDb descriptions. A lot of them. I mean, he's in there, writing about CSI Miami, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Diagnosis Murder. He wrote the episode description for 35mm Murder. KGF Vissers has... I'm sorry. Titles with plot summary written by KGF Vissers. I'm looking at page 1 through 100 of 26,082 titles.
This guy's been busy.
This guy has... Wow! I'm currently sorted by popularity. Wait, no, yeah, let's sort by popularity. Let's sort by descending box office. That's what I need. All of a sudden, I'm just I just need to know more about KGF Vissers. I'm going to be coming back to... I'm bookmarking this man's page. We're just going to have a KGF Vissers page at some point. Or a KGF Vissers episode. And we're going to have to, we might just make him a honorary...
I was going to say, try to get a hold of him.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, no, he's seen the movies. He can't be on here.
No, he can't. He could read them to us, though.
That's true.
I mean, but he would maybe give us... But no, he's too busy.
That's true. He's got thousands of movies a day to go through.
He's written 26,000 IMDb
When did he start?
I don't know.
Is this one guy, or is this a group of friends who are into movies.
Maybe? I'm looking here. I can't...
I'm amazed by if this is one person. This is one of my new personal heroes.
I'm just going to Google KGF Vissers. So we're off, like, we're done with Spiders 2.
Are we?
I am. You have more to say?
I don't know. Was there more? I got distracted by this dude.
He has a Tumblr.
Yeah.
IMDb's most legendary, prolific, spontaneous summarizer of film.
Did he get a reward? He deserves a reward. Or a plaque. Maybe a plinth? Coffee cup? Something?
I think there's just this Tumblr here dedicated to this guy's summaries. He has other fans, or this is him?
I hope he has fans.
I hope that this guy...
I mean, he has 2 now.
Holy crap! I'm going to follow the... Well, I don't have Tumblr, so following this is... I mean, I have a Tumblr, but I've never checked it.
Does he have a Twitter?
I don't know. We're down the KGF Vissers rabbit hole now, people.
It's going to be a side podcast where we follow this man's life. We're going to get weirdly stalkery.
He's on elcinema.com with uploaded photos. Okay. We can't... I don't know how to go... If there are further updates on KGF Vissers, guys, we'll bring you up to date on that. But that is all we have for this week. Thanks to you so much for listening. Thank you especially to KGF Vissers for being an honorary member of the Too Weird Didn't Watch podcast team. Go check out KGF Vissers' 26,000 item descriptions on IMDb. And we'll see you guys next week with another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch.
Bye, guys.
26,000!
So many movies.